So just moving and grooving. It's 76 degrees. And, whoa, I'm tired. Just got out of the gym for like the 4th time today taking a shower. And did the massage thing, which was so cool. Yeah. So, it feels so much better. Every time I do that, I feel great. Like a fish. Getting 3 and 4 showers a day here because it just gets too hot. Plus get dirty. Trying to sort out all those storages, all those auction storages. So, let's see. Didn't sell anything today. Had some game players for low dollar stuff, but I got a lot of work done today. Found tons more scrap metal, copper, brass, which is really high dollar. Right now I've got, out of all the storages, I've got tons of aluminum, steel, and some copper and brass. And then I found one sided really nice set of Harley pipes, and I'm pretty sure I got the other one. They're real nice. And so I did a lot of listing today, so got some more stuff listed for sale. And let's see, I gave away some stuff to some boondockers. They don't have much of anything, so I gave them a whole bunch of towels out of one of the storages, and some curtains, and she said she will need sheets, so I've got to go through those, because I got some that are brand new in the packages, and I got some that aren't. Still sorting. Got tons and tons. This one storage has like probably 60 or 70 plastic, what they call totes, that I haven't even opened. Found a real nice gun clip to what looks like an AK-14. Yeah. And be interesting to see if I find that. And let's see what else. Bunch more jewelry that's used. Stamp collection from like the 60s. And candles, and candles, new and used. If I see any more used batteries, I'll tell you what. I must have already picked up like 300 of them. Plus, some packages of new ones, and it's like, man. So, I think they were meth labbing, is what I think. Not to mention the 2 gallons of Drano. Yeah. That's what they make cold cure meth out of. And, 2-liter Coke bottles that have been used for urine and cigarette butts. And cigarette butts all over the floors of the storage. I don't know how they didn't catch on fire in there. They were running a gas generator and indoors. And let me tell you, that is carbon monoxide. That will kill you. Or make you really brain dead. I can't believe they were running that gas generator. But you could tell the guy was a tweaker because there's all kinds of stuff that's been taken apart. And even the gas generator was all taken apart. And all kinds of weird electronics and stuff that was dismantled and left alone. Crack pipes, about 10 of those. Man, I'll tell you what. How many of those do you gotta have? Yeah, I can't stand it. It drug stuff. It just creeps me out. But all kinds of stuff. So, clothes upon clothes. High dollar men's shoes. Okay? It's just hard to believe that people can be living like that and spend every penny they've got on dope. It's so sad. There was a girl and a guy that were living in there, and I guess she went to go pay. The storage was behind, and she had part of the money for it, but they couldn't take it. So they never paid, so it has to sit for 2 or 3 months before they auction it. And they have an auction every month. So if the people pay up, then they're okay. So it was like 6 units this time, and normally it's only 2 or 3. But there was 6 units this time, and I got all of them but one, which I won the one too, and she screwed that all up. So, but, I mean, I'm finding treasure after treasure after treasure. It's to the point where I'm just like, no, I'm just going, oh, wow. You know, and a lot of times you go through that stuff and you don't find anything, you know, or some little thing that makes it worth it. But, I mean, it's just treasure after treasure after treasure. I have more tools than you ever thought about, in all different flavors. Porter Cable to Black and Decker to whatever that yellow one is. Makita. Just all kinds of stuff. Lawn and garden tools. Carpenter's tools. Painter's tools. Found a little bit of engineering stuff today, which was kind of cool. And let's see. And in one storage, there's a whole bunch of VHS movies, which I'm like big on that. So I'll have to go through all that and pick what I need, because I bought a whole store out one year and sold most all of them and made my money. And all those were stolen in those other storages that I had. But so I've got a humongous box in this one. Now I don't know, it may not be all videotapes. There might be stuff underneath that. I don't know yet. I haven't had a chance to get through it because I got a bunch of beds in the way. 2 crappy TVs. So, yeah, I got a lot of battery operated tools like Porter Cable and stuff like that that are new. Virtually new. Battery packs, chargers, all that stuff. I don't like battery stuff. It's too expensive to buy a bunch of batteries to get it to run for any point in time at all. They only got 20-30 minutes each battery, so I just really am not in for all that. Because once I start something, I might be doing it for hours, and I would be so aggravated if I had to keep changing battery packs, and then I'd have to buy about 6 of them, you know, so I can make sure I had enough power. So it's just kind of to me. Just an old-fashioned kind of girl. But yeah, lots and lots of treasures. I'm not even halfway through with this one storage. I'm about halfway through with 2 big giant commercial storages from the auto repair. That one's looking really good. And I can really see a lot of the money there. So, in items, so it's looking real good. I've got a listing for the scrap metals get a couple goofy questions about them or whatever. And so I don't know if that's going to ever really happen. But I've got 2 guys ready to roll to pick that up. People that I know that will pick it up. He's got a truck, and then they'll go down there and cash it out. And if we come to that, I was kind of hoping to just sell it off so it'll be out of the way. Got all the wood gone in that auto repair storage. All that's gone. A whole part of the bed out. I tried to give it away tonight, but they changed their mind. But that was alright. I needed to haul it out anyway. I got permission to put it out. So, got part of that bed out of that one boondocker storage that they were sleeping on. So, that would really do me right if I could get that bottom piece out. So I could sweep there and then continue sorting stuff out and give me a lot of room. That's a big 10 by 20 and they had a big old king size in there. So, now I get the rest of that bed out. I'll have so much more room, and then maybe they'll let me shift the stuff that's not sold yet or sorted into a smaller storage for free, because they're being very lenient, because I know I have 10 tons of work. So, and they didn't want to do it. So, we'll see what happens when they reopen next week and see what they have to offer, so I don't have to buy any storages. Hopefully I'll get a majority of this stuff sold off. I was very surprised it didn't sell much today, but you know, it's holiday weekend, people barbecuing, relatives coming in, whatever, traveling. So, you know, not a big deal. I got more messages tonight than I got all day long after hours, and it says no messages and no pickups after 5 p.m. and suckers be texting me all night long. I got tons of messages after 5. I just tell them I was asleep and we closed at 5. We'll reopen at 11 a.m. Sometimes they don't say anything else, and sometimes they get snotty and cuss you out and stuff. So just some crap you gotta put up with. So if you ever do any of these storage auctions, I will tell you this, and I've probably not mentioned it before. Make sure that you use gloves. And what I use is, especially this meth labor storage, I use Dollar Tree garden gloves. They're fabric, and then they got rubber on the inside palms, and they're really heavy duty for $1. And then I have a box of surgical gloves, heavy surgical gloves, and you can get those at Harbor Freight pretty cheap. And you have to take them off a lot. You can't wear those rubber gloves too long, because if you sweat out through your hands and your hands get like all wrinkled up and stuff, you just don't need to have your hands in that rubber too long. So I go through probably 10 pairs of those rubber gloves a day. When I get tired, I want to take a break, I have to take the gloves off and throw them away, because I don't want to touch anything with those gloves, because you don't ever know what's in those storages. So, plus I wouldn't want my fingerprints on some of that stuff, you know, from empty drug bottles to crack pipes to bongs, all that weirdness. So, it's a real good protective measure. Now, especially if you're working with sharp, like I've got one storage that's got a lot of broken glass in it. That boondocker storage got a bunch of broken glass in it. And so, I can use those heavy gloves a little bit, pick up some of that glass. And I'm constantly sweeping. You go to the Dollar Tree, get a dollar broom. They work great. And you'll need that to just constantly sweep. And as you go through stuff, you'll have extra cardboard from boxes, just whatever, that you can sweep that stuff in and stick it in a hefty bag. I get my bags at Dollar Tree. The heaviest yard bags that they have for $1. Get 2 boxes because you never know how many you're going to need. And I take all the clothes and I put them in hefty bags. I take all the trash and put it in hefty bags. And I set it to one side as I go through it. And then when I take some of that stuff to the washateria, which I'll wash it all up, and then if anybody wants to buy it, or I give it to the homeless people or some boondockers, or donate it to the church or the mission because it'll be all clean, then you don't, I'll double bag it before I take it in my vehicle. So I already got the first bag going, and when I get ready to move it to the washateria, I will put a hefty bag on the outside of each one of those and seal it again real tight, and put a clean tarp down in my car and set them on top of that. So you got to be real careful because you don't know. You have no clue what was in the storages. But anyway, yeah, I had some chemicals. I was smelling chemicals real bad. And then finally located those around and disposed of those immediately. That's another thing with the heat. Any flammables, volatile stuff, strong chemicals, bleaches, anything like that, you gotta get it out ASAP. That stuff can explode. It's really strong. It can fog out, go into other people's storages, especially if there's open venting in the top of the ceiling and stuff. That's why I don't like storages like that have venting from other units at all. I don't like them. And then have a bottle of alcohol on hand in case you cut your fingers or hands on something. I've cut myself twice on glass, and thank God I have alcohol. And just pour right over it, and you just grit your teeth. And then you wait a little while and do it again. Grit your teeth until you can get somewhere to wash your hands adequately. Try not to touch anything with your skin at all. Because when you're working dry like that, and you don't have a sink or anything like that, you want to be real careful what you touch, because you can absorb stuff through your skin, whether it's drugs or chemicals or whatever. Right? People store the weirdest stuff. There was a gallon of milk in there that went bad. Literally, that I had to pour out. A gallon of milk. I thought, boy, I bet that's not milk in there, but it was. You would be surprised. I must have found 10 2-liter bottles with urine in them and cigarette butts. Empty those out. I took all the trash out of all the auction storages yesterday. I do it every day, but the complex is closed till next week because of the holiday. And I thought I'd got most of the trash pretty done, but no, sure didn't. Found bunches more in the big double storage for the car stuff, and then the one boondocker storage. Got a bunch of trash in there now again. So they lock the dumpsters up and everything. They don't usually let you use them, but they love me, so I do business with them a lot. So they let me use it when they're there. Even the maintenance guy said, "Man, I wish I could give you the key to the dumpster while we're closed for the weekend." But I said, "No, I don't need it." I said, "I will wait till you return. I will keep all that stuff in the buildings, and we'll just wait till you return. It'll be fine." So I don't like to be a burden on anybody. So because because really that stuff's supposed to be emptied out in only a couple days. So I got a little time to burn because of the holiday, because their office will be closed, and they told me it was okay. They were real concerned because of the heat and how hard I was working from early morning to late at night every day, and they were like, slow down, take it easy. I'm like, yeah, okay. I gotta get this stuff grooving. I gotta see everything that's in there, inventory in my mind what it is, list it, sort out the stuff that I need to keep that will be higher resale value online, and extreme valuables. There's quite a bit in that one storage. I've moved some stuff out in case they return, because I don't have all expensive locks this time. I used a couple Dollar Tree locks, but the rest are the expensive locks, so they're too hard to cut. Because that's another thing, even though it's a secured complex, you never know if they get in there and then they decide to go beat the lock off of it or whatever. So, it's a real good idea if you can get the valuables out to another location in the event they return. But there's video cameras all over and security gates and stuff, so hopefully it'll be okay. I mean, it makes me nervous because the stuff that I see, especially in these storages where people are on drugs, it scares me if they were to come back day or night. Yeah. So, I even found some old weed that they had in there. There was like 2 tablespoons of weed in a really beautiful box. I tossed that shit out. So, but yeah. But I was glad to help some strangers that I met today that are boondockers. Because they have nothing. And I said, do you need, towels, sheets, rugs, blankets, got lots of that, blankets, comforters, some new stuff. And she was like, yes, I really do. And I said, I will give it to you. You take what you want here. And I pulled the bags out. I was already packing it up and closing it up. I was done for the day. This is the latest I've worked on these before, after nightfall. And, because I don't like to be there after nightfall. It's kind of creepy outside that complex. But, and sometimes inside it too. But, I went ahead and pulled them back out, and I said, you just go through that, and you take whatever it is you would like to have. I said I was going to wash it first, take it to Washateria next week, and she says, oh no, I have access to a washer and dryer at my sister's house. And I said, you sure? And she's like, yes, I just really need the stuff. And I said, well, here we go, I'll give it to you free. If you need it, I will give it to you free. And they're really a nice couple. They're probably in their 30s, a girl and a guy. And they're awful sweet. But, I'm sure it's another illegal eviction for the pandemic. It's really sad. And there's, a lot of him here, but I mean, it's not like compared to California where, when I was just back there, the homeless, when I grew up, were downtown on the Skid Row, and they had to clean everything up by morning so it didn't look bad, and put all their little box houses away and all that stuff and move on. But the last time I was back home, they were all the way up into Marina Del Rey, and they had tents underneath the expressway, and tents in cities, neighborhoods, down sidewalks in front of people's houses. It was so sad. Oh, it was so sad. So I know it's worse now. The pandemic's just really, it's taken everybody. From the poor to the low pay to the medium pay. It's taken a lot of folks and put them on the street. It's just disgusting. And And there are quite a few that paid rent, that actually paid rent and were put out because the landlords wanted to sell the properties. That's heartbreaking, man. And it was illegal as hell, too. But they got away with it. You know, what do you do? And then the worst part is when you have that eviction on your record. Oh, boy. That will 100% mess you up. Especially in the state of Florida. You're done. One eviction, you are so done. So, but it was a very good day today. Got so much accomplished. Busted bazingas, man, I got to tell you. But got a huge amount, more than I thought I was going to get done, really. Honest to God, more than I thought was going to get done. I mean, it was almost 90 today, too. I can't even believe I made it. I guess going back and forth to the gym and taking those showers really helps. I mean, it'll cool you down to the bone. And you just feel brand new. Plus, you know, working around all that dirty stuff, I mean, it really makes me feel so much better to get all that off my skin if it got on my skin, or the dust from sweeping. Because I'm wearing shorts, so my skin's exposed. So, yeah. But, well, I'll tell you that treasure after treasure, it is like ridiculous. You gotta remember, when people pay that big money on those storages, they're paying it for a reason. So usually, the place I was going to go is closed. So usually, it can be very worth it. Because who in their right mind is going to pay all that high dollar for storage? And, oh God, they got a big line there. And then, you know, not have anything any good in there. It's pretty rare. And big storages versus little storages, you don't ever know. I go by, because I can get some inside info, I usually go by how long they've had the storages there. How long they've been paying on them. You know, they've been there for a lot of years. I really like those. I don't care what size they are. Furniture, I can roll it out really fast. In fact, I think I'm going to cruise a little bit and see what's open over here. I'm going to go over here to Blue Water and see if there's anything open. I didn't eat it all today, and I really didn't feel like it, and I really kind of don't feel like it now, but if I do, it'll be something very small. Small and simple. I forgot my cabbage today. I was supposed to go back over there and get it, and I totally forgot. Yeah, it's very impressive so far. Really had a good run so far with these units. Yeah, furniture, you can sell it really quickly right now because people are moving around to different states, especially Florida. And you can sell that stuff for good money. I kind of get it to like worse than the crack sale because I want to move that stuff out fast. You know, stuff like furniture, stuff that takes up room, because I don't want to pay to store it until it's sold. So I want to run it out real quick. So I will just list it like beyond the crack sale price. And it goes ultimately fast. It's really great because you put in the ad, you know, you load it, you know, you bring the people to load it, and you bring cash. And we are good. So, what I should have done is gone over that Oriental joint. I wonder if that's still alive over there. That is so good over there. Gas is pretty reasonable over here, $2.79 in Blue Water. But yeah, oh, look at this old building. It's so pretty with the lights on. Actually, it's not an old building. It's just one of those indoor storage complexes. It looked like an old building with the round corners on it at first. But it's so dark over here. They don't light it up a lot. It's kind of ritzy area here. It's real pretty. It's a nice drive. If you take this into Panama, it's a real pretty drive. So, that reminds me, I gotta put an ad in for the train. We need drivers in Destin. Look at the lights, the boat lights and stuff on the water. So pretty. I remember when they built that Hampton Inn. I stayed there when it first opened. And it was just sitting there with a bunch of dirt around it. That was a really big thing to have that really nice new hotel. It is a real nice place to stay, though, I got to tell you. Looks like they're adding on to it over here. Interesting. Sometimes there's stuff open over here because the expressway crosses over here. I'm just going to drive down a little ways and see if yeah, it does. The little expressway to Destin. It's $4. So, but I'm not going there right now. The Florida Club. Plantation. Boy, that's really nice over there, Blue Water Bay. I did a few vlogs about that. Real pretty. I've delivered DoorDash up in there. Really beautiful homes. Nice people, good tippers. One of our DoorDash family got a $50 tip from a customer tonight. They left an envelope at the door for him and said, "Have a really great day. Thanks, DoorDasher." $50 bill. And that's sweet. The highest tip, single cash tip I ever got running DoorDash was $50.